morning. Already I have idiots wondering why I'm not treating the situation between nasty and furry the same. And honestly, I get frustrated with the things that I have to explain that are just, to me, so seemingly obvious. It's just ridiculous. Let's start off with the most obvious. Number one, society has already expressed its outrage with what the security officer did. He was arrested for a felony. Society doesn't take too kindly to people who fire warning shots. And whether it was a direct shot or a ricochet doesn't really matter. The security guard's actions in firing his pistol put furry in danger, put other people in danger. You don't just go firing shots off in a city, especially a city like LA that has a high population density. I mean, anyway, it's a school. It's school kids. You don't go around popping shots off at a school. But society's already expressed its outrage. Society has already determined that his behavior is unacceptable. On the other hand, what the cops did with furry is legal, lawful. The only thing those cops did wrong was that they acted like assholes. So, expressing outrage over someone who's already been arrested and is going to be run through the system, and justice will be served on him, it's a waste of time. You already know what's wrong. I don't need to make a plea from emotion. I don't have to say that what he did is rude or asshole-ish, although I did, in order to get you to understand that kind of behavior is unacceptable. So that's issue number one. I don't need to express my dissatisfaction with behavior that society has already deemed to be illegal. Number two, security guards, to the best of my knowledge, don't have the same kind of authority, power, extra rights, because yes, cops have extra rights. Society has given them a lot more leeway with how they use firearms, when they can make arrests. They're different than security guards or normal citizens. Can normal citizens make arrests? Yes. Police officers can make more kinds of arrests. They have statutory protections for certain things. And and if a normal person, if you placed a normal person, two normal people in the position of those two officers who forced Nate and SGV News down to their bellies, a normal person would be arrested. It would have been a crime for a normal person to do that. It's not a crime for the police officers to do it. So they have extra rights, they have extra authority, they have extra power. And one thing that I personally have an issue with is abuses of authority, abuses of power. And the cops, while they had the right to do it, it didn't make what they did right with SGV and Nate. And so that I was expressing, I was hoping, so I know I have police officers who watch some of my videos. And so I was making an appeal to them. Not necessarily to their supporters, although I would love to see supporters on both sides become less tribal and be able to actually see the nuance and the difference between things. But that'd be like saying that I wished, you know, far left and far right to both agree that, you know, that the far left aren't crazy and the far right aren't Nazis or whatever. It's not going to happen, but, you know, here's to dreaming. That old lady just docked her car hard. My God. Yep, she found the curb. And finally, I have a, I try to direct my videos towards people who I think have the intelligence to be able to effectuate change. Now let's just pretend that that security guard is still free and able to run the streets and all that other fun stuff. Let's say that what he did was actually lawful and legal. Would I make a video about him, towards him? I don't know that it would have changed much over what happened with over the one that I did. Number one, because there's already, I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but yesterday every single auditor did a story on Furry getting shot. I mean, what am I going to add to that? I didn't see anybody else make a video on those police and the way the police treated Nate and SGV. So that's a difference. It's a big difference. And the second thing is that I don't try to teach dogs physics. I mean, there are certain auditors, certain accounts out there, certain YouTube channels out there that I don't address. And I don't address them not because they're right, not because they make sense or they're logical or they're giving out good advice, good information, but because you can't teach a dog physics. People in my Discord, they tried to reach one auditor who is an auditor. They argued with this auditor. It felt like forever. And this auditor was just incapable of understanding. She believes that she's doing right and good, and she believes she's making a difference. And there's just no way that you can tell her and make her understand that filming people eating dinner in a restaurant is fucking creepy and wrong. And don't. She won't get it. She just won't get it. So I don't make videos on it, you know, and I don't have, I'm not saying security guards are bad people, but it's not the cream of the crop that rises up to become security guards. It's not a very intellectually challenging field. There's not a very high bar to entrance. I hold them in a different regard than I do police officers. Police officers have had to typically get some sort of a degree, usually like a bachelor's, not always, hashtag not all. They've had to go to police academy. You know, they've had training, they have ongoing education. They get held to a higher standard, and because of that, they have to be smarter, more capable people. So there you go. I hold police officers to a higher account than I hold security guards. And I mean, security guards don't get held in the same kind of reverence as police officers do by society. So I don't really think there's a whole lot to gain by busting down security guards. I mean, they're not a very respected group of individuals. So why bust them down further? You know, why beat them down like I've been doing now for 10 minutes? So I apologize about that. I'm going to hell. And I guess Satan does my taxes. Anyway, I hope I've made that clear. There are differences, and there are reasons why. It's not. I mean, I like Adam just as much as I like Nate. I mean, California Guardian. I like California Guardian. He's a good dude. Like, he's a legit good dude. Like, I don't agree with him on some things, but I'd have a beer with the guy. I mean, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. You know, a little passionate. He goes from 0 to 60 in 0 seconds flat with his emotions. But I don't have any like animosity towards him. But you know, I called him out when I guess everybody's gonna see what they want to see, right? And you're welcome to. You're welcome to your opinion, even if it's not right. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I got to get to work. So have a great day.